So for this video, we are going to be doing our second example of sealed bids. So example 2 at the top of the page. We have 5 heirs. We're just going to call them A, B, C, D, and E. And they're dividing an estate consisting of 6 items. So it doesn't tell us what the items were the way that it did in the first example. We just know that there's 6 items. So their bids are given, right? So step 1, which is the bidding process, has been done already. So what we want to do first is we want to get their total value and their fair share. So total value, you're going to add each player's column. So if I add all of these together, it does come out to be 3,000. If I take player B and add all of these together, it comes out to be 2,910. If I add all of C's together, all of their bids come out to be 3,090. Player D, if I add all those together, that comes out to be 3,030. And player E, we add all of these together and it comes out to be 3,000. Now to get the fair share, remember we divide by number of players. So there's 6 items, but there are 5 players. So N equals 5. And 5 is always number of players. It's really easy to divide by the wrong number, and if you do, it kind of train wrecks your entire problem. All right, so I'm going to go through each of these, and I'm going to divide by 5. All right, so 3,000 divided by 5, that one's going to be 600. Let's see, 2910 divided by 5 comes out to be 582. 3,090 divided by 5 comes out to be 618. 3,030 divided by 5 comes out to be 606. And then this one will come out to be 600. All right, so we've done part A. We've filled in total value and fair share. All right, so now we got to figure out which items go to which person. So the item 1, those bids are across here. So we want to find the biggest number, and it looks like that is going to be C. All right, and so if we look at item 2, it looks like 105 is the highest number. If we look at item 3, I'm seeing 510. For item 4, maybe this first one, 852. For item 5, looks like 513. And for the last item, maybe 761 looks like the biggest. All right. So now we start reading columns. So let's look at column A. Player A is going to get items 4 and 5. All right, player B isn't going to get any items, so I'm just going to put no items. Player C is going to get 1 and 3. So items 1 and 3. Player D is going to get no items. And player E is going to get 2 and 6. Okay, so it looks like we gave all the items away, so that looks right. Now we have to go back and do the money. So for this one, remember we are going to do fair share minus item. If it comes out positive, then you get the money. If it comes out negative, then you pay that money. All right, so for player A, their fair share is 600. They got item 4, which was worth $852 to them, and item 5, which was worth 513. So clearly they're going to be in the negative when I get this in the calculator, and it comes out negative 765. So they are going to pay $765. And I do want you to use the term pay or get. Don't just put the negative. You do need to put down whether they're paying money or whether they're getting money. All right, now for person B, their fair share is $582, and they don't have any items. So they are just going to get $582. And that makes sense. They should get money if they didn't get any items. All right, so player 3, their fair share is $618. Item 1 was worth $395 to them. Item 2 was worth $510. So it looks like they're going to be in the negative, meaning they're going to owe some money. And theirs comes out negative $287. So they are going to pay $287. Okay, we go down to person D. Their fair share is $606. They didn't get any items, so they're just going to get $606. And there are my cats fighting. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. All right, and then we get down to our last person. Their fair share was $600. They got an item worth $105 and an item worth $761. So it looks like they got more than their fair share, so they're going to have to pay some money back. And it is minus $266. So a minus is a pay, so they're going to pay $266. All right, so let's take a look at this. We've got 3 that paid money in. So imagine that as, you know, a hat in the middle of the room, and everybody threw in that much money first, and then these guys come back and they take money back out. This is how I think of doing the surplus. So the surplus is always pays minus gets. So we paid in $765, $287, and $266. Then we're going to minus the gets, so we're going to minus $582 and minus $606. So let me work that out real quick. So that comes out to be $130 surplus. Okay, so that is going to get divided amongst the players. So remember, there are 5 players. So not very much money, but that is going to be an additional $26 per player. Okay, so this first one is kind of just how you set up the final settlement. So now we're going to go back and we're going to give player A items 4 and 5. And we're going to take this number, okay? Now remember, if they paid, it was negative, so I really should say take this number. They originally paid $765, but we're going to give them $26 back. So negative $765 plus 26. They're still going to pay, but they're not going to pay quite as much. So they're going to, here comes my cat, they're going to pay $739. I remember player B got no items. They originally were getting $582. And then we're going to do an additional $26 on top of that from the surplus. So that comes out to be $608. So they're going to get $608. All right. Then player C is going to get items 1 and 3. So they paid $287, so negative $287. But they're going to get another $26 back. So if they paid $287 but then got $26 back, that would be like paying $261. So they're going to pay $261. All right, we're getting really close to being done. Player D got no items. So remember, they were getting $606. Plus another 26. 606 plus 26 comes out 632. So that's positive, so they're getting that. So they're going to get 632. Finally, our last person, they get items 2 and 6. And let's see, they originally paid $266, so a negative 266 plus the surplus of 26. So they're still going to owe, but they're not going to owe quite as much. Okay, so they're going to pay $240 to the estate. And so this is our final answer, but we do want to check it. So to check it, we're going to take all of our pays from our final settlement here. And so if we calculate our pays, that was 739 plus 261 plus 240. And that comes out to be 1240. And then we're going to add up the gets. So that would be here and here. So if we add up 608 plus 632, that also comes out to be 1240. So just to show you, this one was 739 plus 261 plus 240, right? All the ones in orange. This one was all the ones in green, 608 plus 632. Now if these equal, that's a great big check mark. You know that you did that problem correctly.